Welcome back from the break. You're still watching This Morning on Metro Television. My name is Desmond Okreku-Danso and I'm here with Nanaya Tanobate. We are going to talk now about air pollution in Ghana. One of the things that, it's really talked about a lot. I know lots of us do have conversations about it in our homes, when you're walking out and you see things like that happening. This one we've been joined in the studio by Dr. Pierpaolo Mudu. He's a technical officer with the World Health Organization, and also Elvis Gyeabour is a PhD candidate at the Department of Geography and Resource Development at the University of Ghana, Lagos. And we're talking about, a workshop that is supposed to sensitize, the media and of course all of us about air pollution. Good morning and welcome.
Morning.
Pierpaolo. I mentioned it right?
Yes. Well, Pierre. Let's start it.
Okay, so I was just reading that Ghana is among the 15 worst countries when it comes to air pollution in the world. And in Accra is the most polluted when it comes to air pollution. I was reading about that. We know this conversation. Elvis, let me start with you. Okay. Why over the years we've not been able to solve this issue of air pollution in Ghana?
There's been some work being done with air pollution in Ghana over the years, and there's been some policies that the government, as well as the WHO, has supported the government to do, mainly in developing an air quality management plan, and then also in the Accra Resilient City plan. So these have been efforts to try and reduce the level of air pollution, and also there was the Stop Waste Burning campaign that was run by the ministry to ensure that biomass burning is reduced in the city and also in Ghana in general. So there's been some effort to reduce the level of air pollution that is happening, but yes, it's a growing problem and it's important to keep the conversation going as we go on. Yes.
Pierre, let me come to you. According from the World Health Organization, since a couple of years back, Ghana has always, there's a name to that, is the annual mean concentrations of the pH, something like that.
PM.
Yes, PM rather, that Ghana has always been above it. From your organization, how do you rate how we've dealt with it, or what I think really we've not done enough to solve this issue?
Well, on this point I have to tell you that Ghana is not alone, unfortunately, because there is an increasing levels of air pollution in many African countries. Probably Africa is the continent that is suffering more for the increasing levels of air pollution. And as you were mentioning, this is due to a lack of prioritization on the environmental factors that affect health. And air pollution is the main factor affecting our health, unfortunately. So I have to tell you that, again, there are other African countries that are in the similar situation, and I think the burden on health should be now the main factor to motivate people to change the current situation.
I mean, I was just thinking about the way to motivate people to stop that. The government, as he's mentioned, introduced some policies, stop the waste burning and all of that. But the ordinary Ghanaian, do you think the message has really gotten to them that, they think that it's not right for me to burn, it's not right for me to do this?
There's been some concerns in how people have accepted the problem of air pollution. In that most people assume if I'm burning my waste outside, I'm trying to get rid of it. But if we come, as Pierre mentioned, if we come to think of it that you may be getting upper respiratory infection, you may be having eye problems, or you could even be getting lung cancer from the air pollution that is happening, it makes it more personalized.
Okay.
And you get to think of it as something that could affect your health, and as we say, health as well. So if you're not taking your health or making it a priority, then it becomes a problem at the end of the day. So putting the health angle makes people take it more personal and tend to see it as a problem that could affect them directly than just the environment.
Yeah, and Nanaya, I mean, with this health concern, with you...
I have a very peculiar problem. In Ghana, not only the burning, the curfews, I mean, that's a very big problem. But the question I want to ask is, how can people know the level of air pollution, like how to solve it in the community? How can we solve this problem? Because in Ghana, we do this awareness over and over again. The government will get involved. Some of the cars, I would say if you go to Circle, some cars are not supposed to work, but then it works. How can we let people know that this is what is causing, and how can we solve it?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I think your perspective from your question and from your is coming to give a responsibility, a personal, individual responsibility to people for air pollution. This is partially true in the sense that there are big polluters and there are small polluters. So individuals, yes, all the big mass of people are increasing their pollution because of some activities. For example, cooking with no clean fuel.
Yeah.
Or driving cars that are very old, that they should not even circulate.
Yeah.
But in reality, I mean, the bulk of air pollution, I think, is due to some very precise political choices. Like, okay, in this case, import of old cars is still basically happening. And I would say that the people should take responsibility for what is their personal environment, and they should do it. But at the same time, they should take the responsibility to make a pressure to the government to change and implement laws that were already approved. So I would say that now it's easy to blame people because they are polluting, because they are using dirty cars. But it's also true that poor people, can you take the cars out from them? What do they do? I mean, so the government, I think the authorities should use resources to help for a transition, for a quick transition to clean technologies, for example, in this case of cars. So it's a big, I would say, balance between some individual responsibilities, but the big, I would say, lack of commitments in some cases from governments. I'm generalizing, this is happening in all Africa. The Ghana government is doing quite a lot. And you were mentioning at the beginning of your intervention how do we know the data? EPA Ghana, so the Environmental Protection Agency of Ghana, I think you should interview them here, invite them here. I mean, no, they are good people. We met them, we collaborate with them. They are in charge for the measurements. And I would say that would be interesting for your audience to see the levels of air pollution, how they change during the day or during the different seasons. Okay. So these are quite interesting chat with people.
Yeah, we'll get to the workshop, but I agree with you that we are probably focusing now on the smaller bits of it. The bigger ones are the factories, you know, those who have those huge, you know, companies and their emissions into the air, and they're not really regulated and all of those things. Now let's get back to the workshop. Tell us more, Elvis, what's happening?
So the workshop is a collaboration between the World Health Organization and Clean Climate Coalition and then the University of Ghana. And this is the second workshop we're having. We had the first workshop on urban health initiative. That was last year, and this year we're having this one to also sort of launch the Breathe Life campaign, where we're trying to bring people to that awareness that you're breathing in, it could be toxic to your health, and so you should take the initiative. There has been some earlier works where the WHO trained some health workers in Kumasi earlier last week on some of the things they can do, and also to bring their conversation to the health workers. If I report to the hospital with a cough, is it because I'm a smoker or is it because I live in a polluted environment? So that should be questions that should be asked. Am I using unclean fuel to cook in my home? So that it's not just thinking you're a smoker, that's why you have a cough, but also because maybe the air you're breathing in is what is causing you whatever ailment you're bringing to the hospital. So mainly the workshop is to broaden that conversation and create the needed energy to keep it going.
Yeah. And I mean, I understand that the focus of this is more on the media, on reporters. Why it's important, you know, for all of us, those of us in that space, to understand really what air pollution is and how we can solve that.
Well, because this is the single most important environmental risk factors for health. So I know that following medias and news here and other places, you don't see this mentioned at all. And it's quite incredible, I would say. In the planet, in our planet globally, it is the fourth largest burden on mortality due to air pollution. So after high blood pressure, after the diet the people follow and tobacco, there is air pollution. So people talk a lot about tobacco reduction, about sugar and diets and high blood problems and heart problems, but there's no I would say, real discussion on air pollution.
Air pollution. Okay.
And all the data that are published recently, all the studies are showing an increasing burden on mortality related to the causes that are related to air pollution in Ghana and in all African countries. So this is a problem that your health system and your families and your communities is facing and will face more and more. You're moving from thinking about infectious disease, communicable disease, to a place where there will be non-communicable diseases, chronic diseases. This is already happening, so don't waste your time and start addressing the causes of this.
Okay.
Okay, so it's happening today.
Yes.
The venue.
The venue is the City Conference Center at the University of Ghana.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Time.
it will start at 9 a.m.
Okay.
and it would go on until somewhere around 2.
Okay.
We'll be happy if you can send in reps.
So 9 a.m. to 2.
Yes.
At the City
Conference
Center.
Yes, at the
University of Ghana.
University of Ghana. Okay. So I think that this conversation is very important. When Pierre was saying, air pollution contributes to 11.5% of deaths in the world, and that's crazy to know. And also one of the leading risk factors when it comes to disease, spreading that to a lot of people. So we really need to talk about that and the awareness for all of us. So please, you can make your way to the City Conference Center at the University of Ghana from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and go learn about this, how we can all solve this issue of air pollution. And I know that our friends here are talking about the EPA. We'll definitely get to the EPA for more on that. So any final words you want to add that before we wrap up on this, Pierre?
No, thank you for this invitation, for this early morning discussion. I think it's important that you think regularly about this issue of air pollution. That's my suggestion. It's something that you should take seriously, and you have a big responsibility, individual responsibility, and media responsibility. In this case, it's on you. Okay.
Okay.
And Elvis?
Just say thank you, and it will be good to keep the conversation running, to not only keep it in the media, but also within our friends' conversations, within our family conversations, to make people more aware that the dusty roads, that the smoky kitchens are having an impact on our health.
Can you take us to maybe any speakers we should be looking forward to other events?
Pierre will be talking, and we have reps from the United Nations. We also have some researchers who will be giving a speech as well.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen.
I mean, the conversation shouldn't end today. After the whole workshop, we have to see the impacts and results in the media space. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Desi.
All right, so we are going to wrap up on the show, and let me say a belated happy birthday to my nephew, Mawulom. Happy belated one to you. It was yesterday, and so Dr. Pierpaolo Mudu is a technical officer of the World Health Organization, and also Elvis Gyeabour is a PhD candidate at the Department of Geography and Resource Development, University of Ghana, Lagos. Many thanks for watching the show today. My name is Desmond Okrekudan. You can call me Desifaden, the Star Boy, and
my name is Anaya Tanobashi. Up next is Good Morning Ghana with Dr. Randy Abbey.
Enjoy the rest of our programs, and shout out to the production team. Bye-bye.